A body language expert has examined footage of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex attending royal engagements in the past, and claimed that the couple have a lack of synchronization. Having observed various clips of the Sussexes attending royal engagements, Jesus Enrique Roses concluded, "These interactions tell us many things, first confirming Meghan's dominant personality and attitude, but also that they have a severe lack of synchronization between them. When Harry finally decides to step forward and greet people, or enter rooms where he has to sign books or do something expected from him, Meghan either interrupts or he requests her signal to proceed." To support his theory, which he set out in a recent YouTube video, the body language expert referred to one royal engagement, where the Sussexes were interacting with a group of people at an event. "First of all, you notice the difference in stance with their feet. Meghan's feet are separated almost at shoulder width, which is a power stance," Jesus said. "And at the same time Harry has his ankles together, which is an insecure posture on a man." Harry could then be seen to take a step forward, when Meghan put her hand on his shoulder, and moved forwards first. Jesus claimed that this subtle gesture then influenced Harry to step aside and even perform a motion similar to a curtsy for Meghan. Earlier on in the video, Jesus highlighted footage from a different royal engagement where Meghan could be seen entering the room first, before Harry was pointed in the direction of a book that was awaiting his signature. At the time, the body language expert suggested, Harry could be seen to be nervous while his wife directed him to the task at hand. "Harry has so many doubts, including that hand on his belly that he does all the time. That is a defensive gesture, since he's covering his abdomen, and he even turns around to check on Meghan when the woman is gesturing," Jesus described. "Those are signals that Harry sometimes takes too much time to act, being really insecure and looking for Meghan's approval. But the main detail is Meghan's gesture, that is not only extending her arm to him, but actually touching him like he should move it." Jesus claimed that the couple's dynamic, with Meghan entering the room first, tells a lot about their personalities. This comes as another body language expert claimed that a subtle gesture showed that the tide had changed in Meghan and Harry's relationship during their infamous interview with Oprah Winfrey. Meghan made accusations of racism and said the Duchess of Cambridge made her cry, while Harry said his brother Prince William is trapped and claimed his dad Charles cut him off financially. And Judy told that their hand gestures show that while Meghan appeared confident, Harry was not and needed his wife's support. She explains, "I think when Meghan came to the UK, Harry very much saw himself in the role of overly protective husband that knew that all hell was going to break loose in terms of press and public interest, and was desperate to protect her, albeit that she presented herself as a very confident woman. But I think the tide has completely changed looking at the Oprah Winfrey clip. Now she seems to have taken a much more vulnerable Harry back to the US with her, and she seems to be more in the role of rescuer and protector with him. This hand gesture that you can see, he's got his hand on the chair and she's placed her hand on top. That's almost a maternal-looking gesture, it's though it's being used for reassurance and to let him feed off her confidence. Clearly she's friends with Oprah, she's used to being in front of the cameras, she's an actress, but to Harry this is a whole new world that he's being judged by and being asked to perform. And it sounds from the clip as though he's going to rip his soul out in front of the camera and tell us about everything." According to Judy, Meghan is sitting with a pit-bearing gesture which shows she is confidence. She explains, "Meghan is just sitting there looking very demure, very regal, I would say, very elegant. She's got the upturned V-gap underneath her armpit which shows a confidence. When we feel like we're being bombarded with difficult questions or we're not comfortable, women in particular tend to self-diminish, we bring out arms in. But with Meghan she's got that super self-controlled, confident image going on here." However, Judy believes that Harry's body language tells a very different story, saying it suggests he needs that support from his wife. She said, "Harry on the other hand is much less self-assured. He is sat diagonally and he kind of looks a lot more awkward." Highlighting that Harry's hand was on his crotch, Judy added, "He is doing a male pose, he's got his hand between his legs. It's called the fig leaf pose, it is a very self-protective gesture." She highlights how different his body language is to when he was interviewed by James Corden. Here he looks way more guarded and a lot more uncomfortable and very much in need of that hand clasp that he is getting from Meghan.